we're live. How you guys doing? Welcome back. This is episode 28 of Don't Think Too Hard, the podcast brought to you by Andre, Johnny, and myself, Match Mihalets. Welcome. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, any and all social media platforms. Maybe not MySpace, because who does MySpace anymore?
Is MySpace even open?
I don't know.
Is it a website still?
If you're listening on any DSP, catch us on YouTube if you want to see the actual video. Web. And if you are listening also on YouTube, catch us on any DSP to take us to go. You know, you can listen to us on the train. What does DSP mean? Maybe people don't understand. Digital streaming platform.
My days.
Because that just means that, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Yeah. I don't know what else.
Stitcher, Podchaser.
Come on,
iHeartRadio.
I want to meet somebody who uses Stitcher to record.
Somebody probably does. Listen. Somebody must.
I don't know.
And now we just lost a hearted viewer because we've disrespected his
streaming
platform.
You know what?
Yeah, man.
We apologize sincerely.
Someone definitely must. It's still a platform. It exists. So I can't wait till we're big enough to start a Patreon. And
oh my gosh, I can't wait to just start getting paid. Speaking of getting paid, I did something this weekend.
Other than cry because of Dortmund.
We'll get to that because reason I have this up right now. This is a symbol.
Last time you hang it up.
No.
Oh. It's like Jesus on the cross, bro.
It's a symbol. It's a symbol of no matter how frustrated you get with your team, no matter how angry you get with your team, no matter how much your team disappoints you to the point where you want to cry, lock yourself in your room, and listen to XXX Tentacion, those really sad TikTok songs. All right, no matter how sad they make you. I just want you
to know that as bad as Dortmund is, Arsenal hasn't lost in 5 games, and we're still in 10th.
Okay. So. Listen, but we're in 7th, okay? So we're not much better. Now, the reason I have it up right now is that, guys, any true fans, because you bandwagon assholes, I don't want you listening to this podcast, okay?
I mean, yeah, I do.
No,
I
we don't.
Love bandwagons.
Listen, we don't want bandwagons here. No, this is a no bandwagon room zone.
Yo, I used to go down big hills in wagons, bro. That was fun.
Anyways.
I used to band together with wagons.
If you have a club, support them through thick and thin, because one day they will repay you, and then that will be the happiest day of your life because you stuck through it. Exhibit 1.
Unless you're Newcastle.
Yeah, then
Newcastle
you're just screwed.
Was top of the league, and then people have been supporting them, and
Oh no, listen. Like you could have teams like Union Berlin, who were in the Bundesliga like 20 years ago, got relegated and never made it back up, and now their second season back up, they're in like 4th. So
are there I know, but are there teams that used to be like Newcastle, who used to be like the best of the best,
Schalke,
and are now just consistently garbage?
Schalke,
Sheffield United,
Schalke. Was Sheffield
Leeds,
good? Wolfsburg.
Yeah. Leeds was nasty,
but Leeds are actually back to almost nasty.
Nah, they're like 12th, aren't they?
Yeah, but listen, they're a newly promoted side. You can't really disrespect them like that.
You're actually nasty. The problem is they have one play style and they're just like, we're gonna score goals. And they don't defend, and they're just like,
another thing.
If you guys score on us, then that's
another thing I've noticed with Leeds play. Another thing I noticed when Leeds play is I can't say is the manager's name. What's his name?
Bielsa.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was a player, I'd hate playing against that. Playing with him as a coach.
Why?
He runs his players into the dirt.
Yeah,
all they do is run. All they do is run. Yeah, on FIFA.
I know, watching them is so fun though, bro.
Oh, because dude, it's literally every single game they play, it's a FIFA game. There's zero ability to defend. Zero.
They literally put all their cards into drive and they're just going full throttle the whole time. Bro. They don't stop.
That's what it is. We're gonna win by pressuring our opponents to death, or we're gonna lose because we just can't run back.
Yeah.
that's what it is.
So crazy, man.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, back to what I was saying. Until Johnny rudely interrupted me about my.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You told me to hang up the Dortmund shirt. I was just it's a symbol of pride. What I was going to say is I did something this weekend. I invested in my first stock.
Yo, I can't wait, but I need to make some more money.
I'm hoping to be. So here's my mentality.
What stock would you invest in?
I can't tell you guys.
Why can't you tell me?
Because I'm going to tell the internet, and then the internet buys that stock, and the stock's worthless.
Okay, that's not how it works. If internet buys the stock, it'll go up.
No, yeah, listen. Here's the thing: if it's a weird concept of like overbuying, and then when there's overbuying, when the stock doesn't rise the way the stock's supposed to rise, people do sell-offs.
Okay, but that doesn't affect
and
you.
Then it no, listen. I'm gonna keep listen. So before we go into anything huge, these are penny. These are like the stock cost me $6.70.
Okay, but what is it?
Now big moves.
Don't worry. Anyways,
so a friggin' snake. You don't want everyone to win, bro. And I don't like that attitude. And the attitude that we share the wealth. Everyone can win.
I can tell you guys after the podcast.
No. You're supposed to share the knowledge with people.
That's thinking too hard, bro.
I'm thinking way too hard about it. No, but so my mentality with stocks. For those of you who are trying to get into stocks, the reason I got into stocks is because I play FIFA, a lot of FIFA Ultimate Team. And Ultimate Team, I know it's not like the stock market, but it runs off a live market where player bases buy and sell and flip cards and stuff. And I know the stock market is not the same, but I don't want to brag. I'm incredibly good at that kind of market. So I wanted to see if my abilities would translate in an actual stock market. So what I do, for those of you who want to start, my suggestion to you, just put in $50. And I know, listen, I know people are saying $50 is not going to make you any money. It's not. But here's the thing. If you can turn that $50 into any sort of profit and keep it above that $50 threshold, keep it above 500, quote, then you can slowly build your confidence, and then you start adding money. Now, if you add $50 and you lose $50, maybe the stock market's not for you. You know what I mean? So,
but it's like gambling. Lose money. You won't lose money unless you sell the stock.
The stock drops.
Yeah, but
it's not. I guess sell it's not actual.
Then you listen. I get that.
If your stock drops significantly, just keep it. Just wait. Yeah. Be patient. Stock market isn't made to make money in a day. Okay. Dude, keep it. Relax. Tell us what the stock.
Why are you telling me this? I know
because you're not telling me.
Okay, so because you're not telling me what the stock that you bought is, and I'm actually trying to get into stocks.
Why does it matter?
Because I want to know.
So for those of you who don't know, I use Wealth Simple. I don't really go with my bank. Yeah. Okay. So I'll tell you what stock. Fine. You want to know?
Piece of shit.
I'll tell you what
GameStop stock.
No. I'll tell you what the stock is. It's a stock that grades trading cards.
Okay. What's the company name though?
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm telling you what the stock is.
Let me do
essentially what it is. Essentially what it is what for those of you who don't know, so I talked to my buddy about stock trading, and he suggested something where it's invest on social media trends. So what we talked about was I'm a little late to the stock purchase, so like I'm not expecting to make too much money, but I can see a relatively sharp influx very shortly. What he suggested was essentially you have all these YouTubers, and remember how we talked about this like 5 podcasts ago, how one guy's opening Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh cards and he stole a guy's thunder that was doing this for years?
Yeah.
So it blew up even more. There's this FIFA YouTuber who just recently did an entire break of a box, and each box it's like called the Immaculate soccer cards. And these cards, a box of them, like which gives you 7 cards, it's $1,500. A case is $15,000.
That's nuts.
It's nuts. And he in one of the boxes, he pulled a $20,000 signed Maradona card. That's not graded. And if you were to get that graded, it would be a $50,000 card.
Wait, you're talking about physical cards?
Physical cards.
Oh.
And the company that does the gradings for these cards, in recent time, especially during COVID, because people need hobbies to do during COVID, started purchasing trading cards. Mm-hmm. And then when what collectors do now is rather than do what we did when we were kids, toss that bitch in a binder, put it in your closet and let it rot there. They sleeve it, they ship it down to a grading company, and the company grades it based on condition. The higher your grade is, the more it's worth. The less it's graded, the less it's worth. And essentially the idea is that if this trend picks up even more people send their cards to the said companies, and said company stocks go up. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the idea. I think Andre's frozen.
Yo, Johnny, did he just freeze a fuck ton? Did he just freeze a fuck ton for you, Johnny?
Okay, I stay quiet because like
you guys lagged like crazy. You guys lagged like crazy.
You lagged. It wasn't us, because me and Johnny are cool. It was just you that lagged.
Okay.
Maybe it was me.
Yeah.
But damn, that makes me kind of sad.
That's why I wanted to wait till he was done, because like sometimes I like be like, yo,
stop.
Are you like?
Stop. I think we're gonna have to pause the recording, and I'm gonna need to switch on a different Wi-Fi setting here, because that was bad. Like, you guys completely froze. And we're back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Back.
We had a technical issue again, but this time it was on my end, not Johnny's or Andre's.
Yo, next week is gonna be me still, bro. It's making a cycle. Bro.
It's making a cycle. This is why I can't stand Zoom casts. It sucks. Am I lagging again? I'm really lagging again, aren't I? This is bad. This is bad.
Yeah, unless you're trying to do dubstep.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do dubstep.
Yo, that's snaky, bro. You see that? Like, how it was perfect
from Zoom.
It's a conspiracy theory. Hopefully,
do a whole entire sentence right now.
Is it lagging right now?
No.
Okay, let's pray to God it keeps it this way. All right. Oh no.
We're good.
Oh no.
No, we're good. We're good.
because I'm looking at you, Andre. And Andre, see, here's the difference. I move around a lot when I talk. Andre's like this the whole time. So he looks frozen to me.
All right, yo, I'll dance to the song in my head.
Okay. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then you could just be on a loop.
Yeah, and then it's over. Anyways,
I give for up, those of you,
for those of you who I don't know if I lagged, but I don't think I lagged. I double checked the quality of the video. It turned out to be okay. So I invested in a grading card company, and we can move on from my new stock addiction, because all I've been doing recently is just looking at stocks.
Okay, so what I was telling Johnny previous when we had to take a break was basically that Bitcoin. I've recently learned exactly what it is and why people are so like gung-ho excited about how it works, and how I think I might be getting some. I think I might invest into the new
era.
The new era of
currency.
Tech. Yeah, so I think I might put in a little bit into that. But like, I don't want to get into too much details, because like personally, like I think I understood what I heard, but I didn't do any actual research.
You don't want to.
I only heard one source that explained why it could be a good thing. And I think
we need multiple resources to like.
Yeah, no, I just don't want to give anyone else information like saying they should do something, because money's important to a lot of people. You know what I mean?
And then you see
like,
someone
if
walking
I do
on
it
the
as
street.
one thing, that's what I'm saying. Like if I do it as one thing, because that's my money, my issue. But telling other people to do the same thing is kind of like,
you told me to invest, and I lost my house.
I don't want that responsibility. You know? I'm not a broker, bro. I'm not here to invest for you. Basically, that's all I want to say. But Bitcoin seems like it's an interesting thing, bro.
I just want gold coins in a money bag.
I want to go back to trading chickens.
Nah, like that would be sick.
That would be dope.
Chickens for gold coins.
What if we just did that? What if we just like tried to our best to just live our life off trade? Like if you need to go to a car, just bring them like something that's just like worth a car that they really, really need.
You're right.
So you only get used cars from people, but like, I know you really need an ostrich. They bring you an ostrich. You know what I mean?
It's like, I'll cook breakfast for you for the next 2 weeks.
Would that be no? But that's exchanging a service. Like I'm talking about
that's
product.
That still works. Like if
there's somebody on TikTok right now who traded from I think it was a jar of sand
And they're trying to get a house, right?
I think it was a Tesla from David Dobrik.
A jar of sand?
There's a girl that was trying to get a house. I think the last one I saw, which was like a couple months ago, was she got up to like a moving van or something like that.
Yeah, the guy
started with like a coin.
The guy got it up to an ice cream truck.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. But to be like, I feel like that's a little bit cheating because he's using his social media outlet as kind of an advantage because people are seeing what he's doing. So it's like,
so they want to help him along.
Yeah, here I'll give you, like, the guy had rollerblades or something, and he traded them for like some guy who was generous enough to give him a $5,000 guitar. So it's like that's a little bit unfair.
That's BS.
That's kind of cheating.
That's not actually bartering.
Yeah, no, I should have checked the girl to see. I didn't watch her whole journey. I literally saw her at moving van. So, that's when I saw her video, and then I scrolled past because TikTok is one of those things, bro. But yeah, so
I love TikTok. It's
awesome. That'd be really cool though, man, to be able to see how much of your life you could live just exchanging either services or goods and not money. To see how much you can how far
do it so you don't have a bank account.
I feel like people would get along a lot better because you would be forced to negotiate with every single person you meet.
You'd be forced to negotiate, and you'd be forced to rely on people's trust.
Yeah, like people and would.
No one would have like too much. I don't think really because in order to get something of value, you need to part with something of value,
equal value.
You know what I mean?
Or you give something valuable. Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. That'd be a interesting. The medieval days, they had it down.
That's how it was.
Until they're like, "Yo, you're a witch." They throw you in the lake.
Yeah, listen how crazy that mentality was. That mentality was, if they save themselves from drowning, you're a witch, so they burn you alive. And if you don't save yourself, you die,
you're dead.
It's like, but they're not a witch.
They're not a witch. Yeah, I remember. Thinking how I would do that. Tell them I used my prize goat because I really needed like a flat screen TV. So I'm like, I'll give you my prize goat for that TV. We make the switch, and I'm like, you know what? I want my goat back. You're a witch. And then they put him to the you put it to the friggin' witch house, bro. And that's game over, man.
Yeah, but
and I get my TV.
Does the TV go back to you?
No, they gotta burn the TV too because it's under that witch spell. They don't know what kind of craft.
You're right. You know what? I'm mixing past in the future. Okay, so I give you my prize goat for like I don't know a wagon. There you go. Perfect. Like a buggy for my horses. That's what I did. Bandwagon. But I really want my buggy because how am I gonna get somewhere, bro? Riding a horse hurts my crotch, bro. I don't want to have to do that, so I want to sit in my wagon. You know what I mean? Let them pull me along. So I accuse you of being a witch. I get my wagon back. You're dead because you were drowned. Because how many people escaped that trial? How would you escape being tied to a cement block and dropped in a lake?
Bro, we won't know. How many people? If you escaped, you died anyway.
I know that's what the plan was. But how many people did they have to burn?
Oh,
in order to until they realize that. Maybe these people aren't witches.
No, it's not that. I mean, like, how many people were skilled enough to remove themselves from cement blocks and swim to the surface? Because they may actually be witches. That might actually be a viable solution.
That's how Houdini and his folks.
Do you imagine? Could you imagine if you did a simple coin trick back then? Holy!
Nah, you don't do that. Like, imagine if you had automatic doors in the kingdom and you brought it to the king.
Imagine if you rolled in with a 1999 Toyota Corolla.
Bro, imagine if you just took two magnets and let them go and they just stuck together.
I would be scared to catch something I knocked off the table because they may think my reflexes are witchcraft.
See, me and Johnny are thinking big picture and you're just like big braining the smallest things.
Or nah, you have a cold, so you just mix a drink and it's just Buckley's, but they don't know what Buckley's is. So you drink it and the next day you're better. And it was like,
what?
Tommy and Billy died horrible deaths from this sickness and you're okay? What the hell?
But I'm thinking that only females could be witches, right? Could men be witches?
Yeah. That's sexist. That's sexist.
Well, I mean, they were in a very sexist society, to be honest with you.
Well, no. Can witches be men? No,
male wizard.
the wizards.
Okay,
wizards.
A male witch is a warlock. What's a female wizard then?
A wizlet. That's a baby wizard. It's a baby wizard.
Witches and warlocks. What's a wizard? Why are they different?
Because a wizard is a human who learns spells.
Is a grandmaster warlock.
I don't think that's how it works.
Is it? But Harry was a wizard.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, Harry.
And then Dumbledore was a warlock.
So you said it.
You have it backwards, then. You have it backwards.
You said a warlock is a master wizard.
It's just like saying dude and then bro and then guy and then man. I think it's just like interchangeable that way.
I'm lost. You've completely lost me. After Andre said
warlock is a
Go ahead.
Warlock is a formal term to call a wizard. That's what I'm gonna say. Because that's just a lot to say in one thing. It's like you're a warlock instead of wizard. It was it.
Warlock sounds like a derogatory term, to be honest with you. So that to be PC, politically correct, they have to change it to wizard. I think that's how it went.
Maybe, who knows?
And they just didn't care about women, so they just kept it witches. Because it rhymes with bitches.
Damn.
Oh, maybe. We're unlocking etymological origins in this podcast.
What'd you say?
Etymological?
Etymological. You said etymological. I was like, what kind of fucking what?
So, like words like that, I'm not like. Listen, I know I ain't the brightest guy when it comes to English. English was in fact my worst subject. But when you say such words with syllables and structures that don't really make sense, I think you're making them up.
Not that.
But I can't be in a situation where I'm like, that's not even a word, bro. And then I look dumb. So I'm just letting you know.
Just accept whatever word that sounds fancy that comes your way. You're just gonna accept it.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Somebody's gonna say some dumbass word, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, makes sense.
I hate when people are suffering from cringementitis, and it's just not.
Oh yeah, I suffer from cringementitis sometimes.
Oh my god, man! Yeah.
You know what's cringementitis?
What?
Or no. What's the word when it's actually cringementitis? Not when you suffer from it.
Like cringe?
Yeah, but what's
is that
like?
What you're looking for?
No, but like you know how when you said something is cringementitis. I know it's a made up word. Something is cringementitis, right?
Yeah.
What would be the actual thing for it?
No, that something isn't cringementitis. You would have cringementitis.
I know, but what would be the thing for it?
The cause that
the cause
would be just cringe.
It'd be a curmudgeon.
That's an actual word. It's a crematode that insecticided into a baffilingus.
Okay, you shut up.
We're together.
Yo, you have me straight discombobulated right now, bro.
That one I know.
Why? Did you see something cringe? And is it not about bandwagons, or is it about bandwagons?
No, I just think that it's crazy that Bruno Fernandes is as good as he is. Like, I hate Man U. I hate to bring this back to soccer because we are on such a different path right this podcast. But like, dude, I hate Man U so much. I hate their fans. I really don't like their club's mentality. But
they won today, didn't they?
I know they did.
They won. They
did?
Slapped Liverpool.
They didn't slap them, but dude, Bruno Fernandes, that guy is a game changer. And I hate it.
They must be. I mean, Man United was struggling to make top four, and then they bought one player, and now they're in first. It's crazy. I don't know.
I don't know. He might be the most valuable player to any club in the world.
I still don't think it's going to last. I don't think they're going to win the league.
Fuck, I don't know.
I still can't say that. I still can't say that.
The way they're playing. Listen, the only reason why I say you can't say that is because the only serious competition to them are missing both their starting defenders, and that's Liverpool.
No, the Man City's
still playing.
Man City's way better than Liverpool right now, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Man City is technically if Man City win their next game, they're in first because Man City have a game in hand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Huh. Okay, I hope they lose. I hope they win then. I'm just saying. I can't stand it.
Honestly, though, I would rather
because they're not playing well. I'm like, dude, they're not. When I watch Man U, they don't play well.
Bro, they didn't.
But they win.
Listen, they beat Liverpool today. Bro, I know it was the FA Cup.
That's the Man U way.
That is the Man U. Yo, Sir Alex Ferguson did the exact same thing
and win. That's
people say Sir Alex Ferguson was one of the greatest managers of all time. The way Man U played back then was pretty shit too. It was
just garbage. It was just, and then 93rd minute winning goal.
Dude, today I was watching the Man U Liverpool game, and it was literally MLS level footy, and then 2 moments of brilliance by Rashford and 1 moment of brilliance by Bruno Fernandes, and that's one thing.
I will say this. I'm gonna do a real hot take. If Alex Ferguson was managing now,
he'd be fired.
He would be nowhere near
not a chance
level as he was now.
Not a chance.
The amount of money that he would have to spend, the speed of the game now, like I don't think he would have, like his brain would have been able to comprehend.
Bro, but are you talking about Sir Alex Ferguson then or now?
I'm saying like if Sir Alex Ferguson, okay, that is because if he was born later, then yeah, probably. I'm saying if he was somehow able to stay healthy and extend his managerial career until now.
Oh, not a chance. Dude, you see the state he left Man U in?
Yeah, that's why he retired.
Yeah, he's a snake, bro. He's like, this squad is trash. I'm good enough to make sure they win.
Well, he saw Scholes retire. Giggs told him he had 2 seasons left, and he was like, okay. It's time for me to wrap
it up.
Giggs, that's what it was. Vidic, Ferdinand,
Evra,
Van Persie, Evra, all of them. Yeah. We're just like, we're old now, so we're done. Ferguson's like, me too.
And then, I think we give too much hate on Louis Van Gaal. Like, he was handed a dumpster fire of a unit.
Honestly, I read an article the other day where he had this transfer list of the players that he wanted to get. Yeah. I can't remember who exactly. I think Sergio Ramos was one of them. But if he actually got the players that he wanted, it would have been a better club. But then he got Di Maria and then Depay.
No, that was after though.
But I heard that
both.
Louis Van Gaal. Yeah.
I heard that from what's his face, Mourinho too. I heard like Mourinho had to go to the board and beg. He's like, yo, I need this, and this. And they're like, you can have
this.
You can have
Maguire.
You can have Fred
and Lindelof.
Bro, yo, Mourinho. I think, dude. Honestly, I think Mourinho is a top 2 manager in the world right now.
Yeah, because he managed to win Europa League with us of the average team.
I would say he was.
He came in second. You see, even now, look at Spurs team. What do they have? They have Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. You can't tell me. You can't sit there and tell me Spurs are a good team. They have 2 players.
Think of it this way, though. Think of it this way. When Heung-min Son and Harry Kane play well, they win.
Yeah.
When they don't, they lose.
So what does that tell you?
It tells you that if I went to manage them, I would just be like, yo, please play well today. And then we would win. That's what it tells me. It doesn't tell me that I have the ability to be a good manager and take the skill. I just think
that tells me
Mourinho, I don't know what it is. Mourinho had this one short spell with Chelsea last time he was there, where he's like, you know what? Everyone says I play bad, negative football, so I'm going to just score. Chelsea would score like 3-4 goals a game and still lose. So he's like, I'm going to switch back to what I usually do. And then that's when they started winning. But then since that point, he's just been parked the bus since then. And like even against Burnley or whatever they were when they tied that game, they scored and then parked the bus for the rest of the game and then said, attack us. And then eventually they got punished.
Yeah. But
Mourinho's that guy who doesn't like, he's that old man who doesn't like changing with the trends.
I think he's like Wenger. I really do think he's like Wenger. It's just that Wenger's style fizzled before Mourinho's style. But Wenger also coached longer.
And also, Mourinho's more of a bully. He's more hard-headed, so it's harder. It's hard for his style of play. Is harder to phase out than Wenger's.
It is because it's hard. Because unless you have creativity and skill, and you actually
can't
have
coach
legitimate patience, you cannot. Without patience, you're not going to break down Tottenham because they're organized as shit. And you have to be able to not get frustrated for 70 minutes of having the ball for 69 of the 70 minutes and still not being able to have a shot. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to be patient and like, you know what, our time will come. Let's keep trying. But most teams are going to get frustrated and start freaking kicking the ball. You know what I mean?
That's
like these guys. What? Oh my God. That makes so much sense. Like these fucking clowns. These ones right here. Lord have mercy.
Oh my God, but
yeah. I don't know. Dortmund are still in a hunt for a new manager, and I don't know if Mourinho is ever gonna come. I doubt it ever. But
would you take him?
Fuck yeah, 100%. Dude, Mourinho does the one thing. That this dumpster fire needs right now. Organization.
That's what
But he's not good at developing young youth players.
It doesn't matter. Our
you say
board,
that now, bro.
I think though, like, you see how Dortmund is kind of on like a downward trend. I don't think Mourinho would have that happen. I think Mourinho, if you bring Mourinho in, like, he will stabilize the shit out of your club. He will
that's what I'm saying.
And you will be stable. Like, you might be stable at 5th place, but like, you're not worried. You're not worried about possibly dropping all the way down out of Europe. You know what I mean?
Here's the problem though. We're already out of Europe. I get we're like 2 points out from inside Europe, like Champions League. We're 2 points behind 4th. We're in 7th though. Tied for 6th, but that's not the point. The point is that the organization of this club, it's like we signed, like, I get it. Last podcast, I preached about how garbage our medical staff is and how we're constantly pushing players to come back a lot earlier. And that's because it's like, Dortmund's credited, has a stereotype that's credited to giving young players a shot.
Yo, side note about that, the medical staff thing. Remember when I mentioned Partey? He's had 0 injuries before he got to Arsenal, and he had 2 within the first month.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's
that's it,
dude. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. You guys have,
dude. You want to know? You want to know a crazy? You don't want to? You want to know a crazy fact?
Yeah.
This is the first season in Marco Reus's 13 years at Dortmund, or no, 11 years at Dortmund, that he has not missed a game because of injury.
He's not.
And it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
He's not over, bro.
I know.
I feel like that could be part of his diet too. Because I feel like if you Partey going to Arsenal, I feel like Arsenal, their staff probably has a different diet than what at Atletico.
Yeah, most likely.
And the climate's different too. So like the nutrients that he's getting is probably a lot different.
But okay. you know the Wenger plan, the reason why Arsenal was so good back in the day, because he was like one of the first managers ever to be like, yo, stop getting drunk 3 hours before a game. Stop showing up to our games drunk. Stop eating fries when you go to the thing. Let's have some salad. How about we do that? Right. And then players are like, you know what? All right, maybe I'll eat healthy. And then we were just nasty for a little bit because everyone was still getting pissed at the end of the thing and coming to games hungover and flat out drunk. So like,
quick question for you guys. Sorry to
no.
Top 3 managers in the world right now.
Right now?
I have my 3 right now because I thought about it.
Okay, you go first. Go first.
Diego Simeone, number 1.
What place are Atletico in right now?
I believe they're in 2nd or 1st. I'm not sure. I'll double check for you right now.
Okay, anyways, go. What's your next 2?
One second. I
want your next 2 first.
I want to make sure that I'm not spitting a lie. Okay, yeah, they're in 1st. They're in 1st.
Okay.
They're in 1st. So you look at Atletico's team and you compare it to the other 2 monsters in La Liga. Let's just face, like, as bad as Barca is, even though they did win today, they played
Real Madrid's
really
been
poor.
pretty ass too.
But like you just look at the quality of players between the two. Diego Simeone has a 36-year-old Luis Suarez right now, banging in goals. So and the way he defends his defensive structure is essentially it's a hybrid of attacking Jose Mourinho and like his defensive style. It's like a best of both worlds. I think he's the best manager in the world, bar none right now. Number 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 2, Heinz Flicks. I can't say his name. Bayern's manager.
That's Bayern.
Hansi Flicks or whatever. Yeah.
Hansi Flicks. Yeah. Dude.
Okay.
Like, listen, and I know people argue, look at his team. Look at his team. Look at his team. Here's a fun fact. He's lost 4 games this season.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Flicks, I get that. But here's the stat. Heinz Flicks, up until, I think it was 2 weeks ago, their 4th loss, or 3 weeks ago, had more trophies won than losses.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And I get that's a stacked Bayern team, and I get that's a team with the best number 9 in the world. And I get that's a team with the craziest fullbacks and like the players that could play in like such hybrid roles. Neuer can play center back. Alaba can play literally everywhere.
Yeah, I want to see. What do you think? Before you finish that, who's number 9? Who's top? Like obviously Lewandowski, but like he's old, so he's gonna start declining. Who is
number 2?
Immediately next.
Erling Haaland. Not even question. And if before you say something.
Okay, yo, what's your third best manager?
No. Here's a stat with Erling Haaland. 23 goals in 24 games. In this team. The team that has zero organization going forward and zero organization going defense.
People underestimate how beneficial it is sometimes to have a team that cannot score goals. Like Aubameyang last season he was the only one on our team that can score goals.
If it was last season, I would have said Aubameyang is the second best striker in the world. But I'm saying Haaland is. I'm saying Haaland.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you have some sort of a benefit when no one else on your team can score.
That's why I'm saying Haaland is the second best striker in the world.
You're wild.
Sancho has 4 assists this season. 4 assists. Where does Haaland get the passes from? Marco Reus has 2 goal contributions in 11 games. One of those was a penalty. Yep. Like, listen, he's the best striker in the world. 1, because he can create his own space. He's in the right space at the right time. Mats Hummels has the second most goals on our team. You just want to fucking let that sink in?
Yo, y'all are actually Arsenal last year, bro. You all actually are us last year, bro. That's wild.
It's brutal.
That's so wild,
it's
bro.
It's so bad.
Up until our recent run, I think Gabriel was our second highest goal scorer on our team.
That's fucking
guy.
That's crazy, bro.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
But I think if you guys are saying that Haaland and Aubameyang were sick, then Vardy is probably the best.
But here's the thing with Vardy. He's the best striker in Europe. But I'm listen, I like Vardy. Love his character. I think he's a sick guy. I think he's a great player. But it's just the way Leicester plays, I can't justify him as being one of the best strikers in the world, because you can put any crazy pacey striker with half decent finishing in Vardy's position, and I guarantee you he gets 85% of Vardy's contributions.
No.
Why do you think that?
Nah. Vardy.
Look at the way Leicester plays.
Yeah, he's picked. So how does he score?
Dude,
those kind of goals.
It's long balls and pace. Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, not everyone has pace, bro.
I get that, but I'm saying if you find somebody with pace,
honestly, and Vardy isn't that fast. I hope you understand that he's not breaking any records.
He's not quick.
He's quick though. He's meant to accelerate off the jump, off the jog. He is so rapid. Now,
I don't know why you're arguing this when clearly Timo Werner is the best number 9 next to Lewandowski.
Speaking of Timo Werner, can I say something?
It's my bedtime, guys.
Can I say something? Because this is something that's been bothering me.
Yeah.
I am convinced one of two things. Either one, Bundesliga attacking mentality is one of the best in the world, or two, Bundesliga defending is the worst in the world. One or the other. Because you have that Jovic guy, left Frankfurt, went to Madrid, scored one goal in his entire Madrid career, 2 seasons or a season and a half. Scored one goal for Madrid. Came back to Frankfurt on loan in January. First game back, scores 2 goals.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Scores 1.
I'll tell you. I'm going to say
guarantee you
partially,
yeah, go ahead.
It's partially because it's not, I'm not saying like obviously the top like German teams are good teams, but like the league as a whole, I think it's just like a lower level at some point.
I think
defensively especially. And like obviously it's probably a mix of both. Because I think a lot of because there's less emphasis on defense, a lot of German teams will prioritize attack. So when you're 100%. A striker in an attacking system against a weaker defense, you're just gonna
100%,
perform better.
100%.
That's what I'm thinking.
And it's not necessarily our defense is bad. It's that if you watch Bundesliga football, listen, in the Prem, I feel like in the Prem, or I've even found in Serie A, I was watching the Napoli game today, teams play to not lose, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's they would take a draw over a loss. In the Bundesliga, I feel it's Mainz and versus Bayern. And obviously, you look at the stat sheet and Bayern's going to have 60% possession. I guarantee you, Mainz gets the ball, they're not playing possession. They're trying to counter as quick as possible because they know they only have the ball for a certain amount of time, and they are going to counter, and press until Bayern have a chance to open them up, and then they score. That's how it is in the Bundesliga. I feel like Bundesliga teams, they don't play for draws. You look at Dortmund's record, they have, I think, 1 draw and like 5 losses. That's because we're bad, but the point stands is that it's very attacking league. Now back to the conversation we had prior. Third best manager in the world is currently unemployed. Thomas Tuchel. He coached PSG to the Champions League finals, and now
he didn't. Neymar just dragged everybody to the.
But what about Dortmund?
To the finals.
He won the DFB Pokal with them, and was 1 point away from first.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the FA Cup, but for Dortmund. Listen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
I genuinely, I'm not even trying to roast.
He is. I feel like he has the most potential as a manager. And in saying that,
they must be seeing somewhere. I mean, like, they must see something, because after getting fired for Dortmund, if your first job after that is getting hired by PSG, there must be something.
Dude, and listen, and he wasn't fired by Dortmund because of performances. He was fired because there was a toxic relationship between him and our sporting director, Michael Zorc. Now, this guy is a tactical mastermind. This is a hot take. Had Mbappe been a little bit better in the Champions League finals, PSG win that game.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say no because it's not like Bayern played well. It's not like
here's the thing.
Those are finals, bro.
Here's the thing. I don't think Bayern played well because Tuchel's system at PSG made it incredibly difficult for them to do anything. Yeah. They made it incredibly difficult. He did that with Dortmund too. When he coached Dortmund, he made it so. We only lost points to teams that remember how I was just saying how both teams are pressing each other like crazy in the Bundesliga, and we lost because we weren't clinical enough.
Okay, let me ask you this: if you were to get Tuchel or Klopp back, which one would you choose?
Thomas Tuchel. Listen? This is another hot take. I love Jurgen Klopp. He's the one who put this team on the map. Like, I know we won Champions Leagues pre-Klopp, but like in mainstream football, Klopp put Dortmund on the map. And I would rather have Tuchel. Why? Klopp's last season in Dortmund, when the players that directly didn't fit into his systems left the club. Lewandowski, Hummels left, Götze left. Grosskreutz was like a 30-year-old washout. Subotic was, I don't know what Subotic was. Piszczek was running out of legs, and Marco Reus was injured for the whole season. The team finished in 9th. Now, if Klopp has a system, if Klopp has the players he wants, it's a different story. I don't think Dortmund's a club that will buy players that are ready. Like
they're not buying 70 million.
Exactly. They're not buying players who are ready to play. They're not.
Yeah.
And like, even though Klopp is incredibly good at developing talent and giving talent a chance, Tuchel fits into more systems because he's more versatile in who he plays, what he plays. He can make Julian, like, the thing that bothers me the most is when I watch Julian Brandt play, Julian Brandt is a very offensive, gifted player, but from what I'm seeing, he's his best in a deeper role, like a Thiago, for example. To give you he played like shit today, but that's my perception. It's like he doesn't defend well, but just his ball distribution skills and the way he receives the ball, and like he'll have 3 defenders on him, and it's one touch and the 3 defenders are gone, which is like one of my favorite things in football. And it's like one pass, bam. And it's the idea of Tuchel being so incredibly versatile with different systems, different players, that he moved Mbappe to the wing.
Mm-hmm. Was he?
He moved Cavani to the wing. Sorry,
Mbappe wasn't always.
He was like he was a hybrid, but like he moved Cavani to the wing so that he could play Cavani, Neymar, because he liked Neymar as a central role. So it's like just the way he sees different versatilities and different players to play to their strengths. I think Thomas Tuchel is the 3rd best manager in the world, and any club who's lucky enough to pick him up, have yourself a Champions League winning caliber manager on their hands. Hot take. Are you guys frozen?
Yeah. Does anyone know how much time we have? Actually,
we're unpaused. I'll let you.
I know, but does anyone knows? Fuck.
We have about. About 10 minutes. We can go 10 minutes. Once again. And we're back for the last 10 or so minutes of the recording. Yeah, so we just finished talking about how Thomas Tuchel is the 3rd best manager in the world. And
I was just saying that I would take him, bro, at Arsenal, to be honest with you.
I think he's definitely better than Arteta.
Well, Arteta's young, bro. I'm not gonna say like he definitely already has potential. I would never. I don't know. Like
I wouldn't. Wants you as your assistant, then if Pep wants you as his assistant for that long, you have some kind of potential.
Yeah.
As a coach.
How about you, Johnny? Talk about some Milan action. You guys are still top of the league. I know you guys had a rough weekend.
Yeah, I don't want to. It was an ugly game, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't even watch the game. I just watched the goals we conceded, and I was like, bro, terrible defending. Yeah. With the ref, oh my.
Okay, here's another question. Top 3 question. Worst officiated leagues. I know Andre's gonna say the Prem. No, I don't know, man.
Johnny agrees, bro.
I watched 7.
You do not watch the Prem.
Trust me, bro. Trust me.
I'm telling you now. No. Listen. Like, I would say Serie A, they'll make mistakes, but I will tell you the Prem will look at a foul, look at one player, look at the other player, and be like,
bro,
and then just keep going. The worst thing about the Prem is literally inconsistency. Like, if I kicked you, he wouldn't blow a foul, and then literally right after you kick me, it's a foul.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous, man. And they have VAR. They make a mistake, they check VAR, and then they're just like, and then they just keep playing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, with Syria, I know that on either side of the team, you can be co-walled equally. It's like handballs apply to everybody. So if it's foolishness, everybody's subject to it. Diving makes it worse because it's ugly. It makes the game ugly. But you have every other league does it. But when I watch the Prem, bro, I think the thing that irritates me about the Prem is that a lot of the teams, when I watch players defend, they don't defend like how you would think, a world class or like a good defender would. I don't know how to explain it, but like when you see like when I watch Shaw defend, okay, no, a perfect.
What he does is called defending.
Yeah. Okay. The best defender in the Premier League is probably Wan-Bissaka, because all his tackles are clean, so
John
clean.
Stones.
Yeah, and John. Well, I haven't really watched him as much, but everybody.
Is that good?
I think he's improved though, because he's starting for City now.
He's improved, but like, anyways, continue about your Wan-Bissaka.
But like when I watch teams, Premier League teams defend, it's so unnecessarily physical, and that gives you and then attacking players capitalize that with like diving and stuff, so it makes everything seem so worse. Whereas in Italian league, there's divers, but everyone's just going for the ball. So like you're trying your best using your technique just to scoop the ball away. So if you do hit somebody, all right, it's my fault. I was too physical, so he dived, and now it looks like he can embellish it. But in the Premier League, everything is just so rushed that it takes away the technique, and then, oh man, it's annoying, bro.
I'm just telling you, like, the Premier League is the only division I've seen things just be completely blatantly just wrong. Like there is no debate on what the answer should be, and they just still do the opposite. Like I don't understand.
Wasn't there an offside call where a guy's he was pointing for the pass, and like his finger was offside?
There's that shit. Like there was a thing where Man City, the guy got a pass back. The Man City dude was offside.
That was yesterday.
Came back and stole the ball off him and then came off. Like, is it offside? Honestly, I looked at that and I was like, I don't even know what the rule is. That's how bad it is in the Premier League.
But bro,
it's to the point where I don't know what the rules are.
There was
that happens so much so.
I don't know if it was in the Prem or a different league, but I just saw not too long ago. I can't say it was yesterday because I don't know if I'd be lying or not. But there was a video that blew up on TikTok, and it was essentially like a missed call where it was like, so a whole team was defending. It was a 1-0 game in like the 90th minute, and the whole team was defending a corner, and literally it was in the semicircle. It was one striker and one center back for like the opposing team. The corner was hit in, and it was cleared out. The striker controlled the ball and turned to the defender, and was in on an open net because the goalie went up to try to get a goal to tie up the game. He called it offside, and it was like in the half. And for those of you who don't know, that's not offside.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Like, dude, the official was standing on the wrong side of the field. Like, you know how one official is not supposed to go past half and the other official is not supposed to go past the other half?
Yeah.
The official that was standing on, let's say, the right side of the field was in the left side half.
Yeah, honestly, it's at the point,
I don't know what league it was, but it was shocking when I saw that. I was like,
it's at the point where, like, I'm literally pro being able to argue that this is a goal. Like, just give me the goal automatically at this point. You fucked up. I didn't do anything wrong, so now I get the goal. I don't know what, like, the solution is to this, but, like, there are teams.
Listen.
There are teams who've lost the league, teams who've been relegated because of decisions like this. Like, you don't understand. It's not even like ability-wise. Well, obviously ability-wise, or else they wouldn't be fighting for relegation. But like when you're like 2 games left in the season, if this goal counts, I'm done.
And it counts.
Goal is offside and they score and you lose, now you're relegated. That's
But here's the thing. You know why I think we're talking about this and how it's so bad is because they have the ability to go look at it and return the call or change the call.
But they're still wrong.
That's what I'm saying. So here's the thing. Here's my suggestion. Remove VAR. Just remove it.
They won't.
I'm gonna tell you this.
It costs too much money.
This is what the arguments went. First VAR was the argument. We got VAR. Then in the Prem, they're like, "Yo, all these refs aren't checking VAR. So why aren't they? Why do they have it if they don't check it?" Then finally, they started checking the camera, and they're still wrong. Like, they're still getting things wrong. They're going to check. They pause the game, run to the little monitor, look at it, and it's still.
So
it just came to me. It just came to me.
Listen,
it's not that they're wrong. is that we don't understand the rule books that they're going along with. No,
that's the only solution.
Listen,
because
all I'm
seeing
saying,
handballs being called, and I'm like, that's not a handball.
Yo, the handball rule has to change every week.
Yeah.
Because one time this is a handball, the next week it's not a handball. This is a handball, it's not a handball.
Dude, a guy was in a wall. I don't remember what league this was in. It might have been the French league actually, because I think it was hit off Renato Sanchez or somebody else with dreads. I'm not sure what it was. I believe it was Renato Sanchez, but he was in the wall like this, and he jumped up and like it hit this part of his hand, and they called it a handball in the box.
Yeah, and this unnatural position BS.
It's bullshit, man.
Bro, have you never defended? Like you say, oh,
I'm supposed
while you're sliding.
I'm supposed to seal dive into the wall. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, the fact that defenders have to defend you with their hands behind their back
is wrong.
It's ridiculous.
Like,
what the hell?
Timo Werner still wouldn't be able to score. Ooh.
I don't even know, man. Yo, yeah,
he's basically Luke Shaw as a striker
right now. Yes, but listen. In defense of Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, I think they will find their own. I think they're too good to keep playing this bad. If that makes sense. Eventually,
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Honestly, can I be honest with you guys? I think it's Frank Lampard. I think it's Frank Lampard.
No, I 100% agree. It's Frank Lampard.
He was stupid with his transfers. Because if you look at the midfielders that he has,
I don't even think he was that dumb.
Pulisic, Mount, Ziyech, Havertz, and Hudson-Odoi all have the same playing styles. So how are they going to play together?
But here, listen. Here's the thing. This is a hot take. Well, I don't know if it's a hot take. I think the signings that Chelsea did, the business they conducted, and they took advantage of the market where no one was able to buy because of COVID.
It was good.
They smashed it. I think that was one of the greatest transfer market runs a team has had in my lifetime.
They literally got every hot prospect that was 100%.
But they don't gel together. That's the problem.
I get that, but I think that's
Lampard is playing Werner as a winger.
Yeah, because
he wants to play friggin' giraffe neck Tammy Abraham as a striker.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Listen, Johnny, I get that. Like they don't have the same play styles, and they all have the same play styles, and I 1,000% agree with you. There's a thing that we can do that the manager of a club has the ability to do. And that's to sell a player if he doesn't fit into the system. Now, when you spend $200 million, euros, I don't know what the hell the currency was. They spend a shitload of money on a players like Werner, Havertz. And if you have a player like Hudson-Odoi and you just spent north of 100 million on those two players, it's criminal to go back and use Hudson-Odoi. Like, listen, the guy has talent. Okay? Not denying that. But that's like the Raptors trading for Kawhi Leonard, but still running the play through Kyle Lowry in that playoffs. And Kyle Lowry's a good player, but Kawhi Leonard, they got Kawhi Leonard to do all that work. So it's like, why are you spending north of 100 million on two world-class players that dominated an entire league, and playing them out of position in systems that don't suit their play style?
Because they all have to play. That's the problem.
I get that.
If you pay $200 million for one striker and three midfielders, you already have three other midfielders that can fight for a starting place. So you have to somehow balance six midfielders into your starting lineup who all play the exact same style.
Yeah. Going back to our last week's argument about money ruining football, I think that's a big issue.
Yeah.
The fact that you spend such and such $1 million on a player, now it's financially irresponsible not to play them no matter how shit they are.
Right.
Like Arsenal pays $200,000 a week to Willian, and we constantly play him. This guy has 2 shots. Since the Fulham game, he has 2 shots. That's his contribution to our team since he's been at our club. And we continually to play him because he's expensive.
Yeah. No. Now another thing is like Chelsea buys Werner, and now they're linked to Haaland. Like that's just that's the one part where football money. Like I can 100% agree with you guys. That's just stupid. How do you spend 100 million euros on the second best striker at the time in Germany? He's not performing well. We should drop another 100 million. We should drop. Yeah, we'll just drop it on another superstar, Haaland. Now,
number 2 wasn't good enough, so let's just go for number 1 instead this time. But that's what I'm saying.
They're gonna play him on left wing, bro.
And then if he goes, say Haaland doesn't go, and say he can't score, he's struggling to scoring. They have to play him because they spent that much crazy money on him.
Listen, if I'm okay, I'm no managerial master. Okay, I'm not. I could sit here and BS all I want, but is it that difficult to run a 4-2-3-1 system? Have Kai Havertz in the middle, Ziyech on the right, Pulisic on the left, and Timo Werner at striker? Is it that fucking difficult? Am I out of my mind? Am I out of my mind for thinking about that?
Because then you have to bench Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, Giroud, Hudson-Odoi.
Yo, so you would rather play Littlefoot from the Land Before Time instead of
the 3
Timo Werner? Why?
And then what do you do?
Long neck, I got that.
What do you do with Kovacic, Jorginho, and Conte?
Conte and Kovacic, starter.
See, this is the problem.
As your CDMs.
You have 4 midfielders who should be starting.
You have your 4 defenders. I don't know who Chelsea's defenders are. They're all shit, apparently. Conte as your 1 CDM.
Thiago Silva.
Kovacic as your other CDM. Your top 3, Pulisic, Havertz, Ziyech. Your top striker, Werner. And then Mason Mount is good. Tammy Abraham is good. It's okay to have depth. It's okay to have players who come in on cup games. It's okay to do some sort of squad rotation. But to say, hey, I have one of the best strikers in the world. I'm gonna play him at left wing.
Yo, honestly, that's bullshit. What do you mean they're not gonna want to do that? Mason Mount was nobody before yesterday. Okay, so he doesn't have the audacity that he can.
You know what it is?
I should be playing, even though when I play we lose every game. I should still be playing.
Dude, you know what it is? It's you know what I mean? Literally, listen, it's the Yusufa Moukoko effect at Dortmund. That's what I call it now. It's players that it's the Marco Reus effect. Marco Reus's play right now, he doesn't deserve a spot in our starting 11. He's been that bad, and he's my favorite player. No. But you know why he's starting every game? He's the Prince of Dortmund.
But he's the golden boy. The money that you brought in, the money that Chelsea's brought in, hasn't produced enough for you to justify benching the players that you already had. Chelsea was doing better in the league last year with the players they had last year than they are now.
So, you know what?
That's crazy.
But here's the thing.
Chelsea finished 3rd in the league.
I get that.
Last year.
And guess what?
8th.
You know whose fault that is?
Exactly.
The guy constructing the team.
But if he's the same guy who constructed the team last year, they gelled better last year and produced better results last year.
Dude, you give
new players and
don't compare last season to this season. This season is fucking
a mess. It's a mess.
But in terms of style of play, when I watch Chelsea play, they have no identity. They have no one who creates.
I think plays. I'm literally seeing it literally looks like Lampard is getting bullied by players to be like, yo, I deserve to play. And Lampard's like, you know what? Okay, you deserve to play. I can't bench you. That's what it looks like, bro.
You give the 18 players in Chelsea's rotation, give them to Diego Simeone, Flicks, Tuchel, Klopp, Pep. I guarantee you that's a Champions League winning team. I guarantee you.
The one thing I will say I respect Arteta so much is no matter how shit we were, he's like, Ozil, you're not playing. I don't give a shit how bad we are. I don't think. Well, there's probably other things, but his reasons was it was footballing reasons. If he truly believes that Ozil was not good enough to be in the squad, then he shouldn't be in the squad. Emery tried that. And then eventually, Ozil got back in the squad, which means Emery lost. He lost that battle. That means Ozil has now subjugated you. You told him you can't play. Ozil's like, okay, watch what happens when I don't play.
Dude,
and
I
then
heard it was because Ozil was talking about how China's
that's it. Listen, Ozil's situation, Andre, I love you to death, but I have to disagree with you. Ozil's situation was nothing football orientated. If you tell me otherwise, I will call bullshit till the day. That's the hill I'm gonna die on. Listen, you said it yourself, man. No, I don't care how bad Ozil was. I don't care how much effort he gave into training. You said it yourself. We need one piece at Arsenal.
And that's
a creative. Listen, now you got it. That's a creative midfielder. Are you telling me that no matter how lackluster Ozil has been, you could have a player of Ozil's quality walk the entire pitch if it meant getting the ball to your striker?
Yeah, but if you make the decision at the beginning, Ozil's not going to play, and you give in when you start doing shit, that means Ozil now owns you.
But isn't that the whole point of being a manager? Is having tools, having. Now you're just being what's the?
Listen. I've done a lot of thinking about Ozil, and like I'm so glad he's gone at this moment. Like you don't understand, like the amount of shit that was surrounding our club because of this guy, just like randomly, casually doing tweets and be like, "Oh, I love Arsenal. I don't know why they won't play me. Oh, I love them. Oh, I'll give the Gunner such and such."
I am
like
happy.
The amount of shit this guy got to the point where those guys who are like, "Oh, girls never go after nice guys," blah blah blah, but they're actually douchebags and they just say that shit to try and manipulate girls into dating them. That's what Ozil was after.
Listen, I'm happy. I'm happy he's playing.
Messing with the Chinese money.
That's what it was, man.
But you don't understand. He played for months after he said that.
Yeah,
you guys aren't understanding.
And then the board.
No. China banned us that day, and he played for months after that.
And then the board was like,
"Hey, we're losing a lot of money for this."
Yeah, let's see how.
Do you know what Arsenal board is? If you lose, if it's a money decision, they will make it immediately. I'm telling you now. You guys are.
No, they can't say that, bro.
People can call bluffs, man.
That is not the reason. I'm telling you now, Ozil's reason was an accumulation of a lot of things. We had a mole in our club, which has been speculated to be the crew that was Ozil, Socrates, and like there was a couple more of them that were like all friends. Like they had like a little clique in there.
Wasn't it Mustafi as well? I know Mustafi and Ozil were best friends.
Mustafi too, yeah. But like I'm saying, like there was a legitimate toxic little 13-year-old girl clique within Arsenal club, and it wasn't only because the China thing. I think Ozil is very good PR. His PR man is top notch because this guy's coming off like this guy. He was so smart. Listen, no matter what happened, he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna give toys to cancer kids. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna donate to that." So he looked like a freaking saint and then everyone just ignored exactly what he was doing. So, like, I respect the shit out of him. He was great for our club, but I'm happy as shit he's gone because that was it was all negative energy there. And it was best for both people that he finally moved on. I'm happy. I do not think the China thing was the only reason. Did it contribute? Most likely. Is it the reason?
If they made that decision immediately,
they did.
It would have been like, okay, so that means the Chinese government can dictate what goes on in the EPO. So we
already know that. They already know they can. But they can't dictate what happens in
they can't let the public. They can't let the public know.
One of Dortmund's biggest fan bases are in China.
Right, but they can't let the general public understand. Oh,
Johnny,
if they upset the Chinese, then it's over.
He said the thing about the Chinese. He refused to take a pay cut. He was most likely linked. He was allegedly linked to releasing pertinent private information. He was part of a clique who was toxic for the club. Like you guys are acting like I've been following this since the beginning, and like Machi can attest to this. Like at the beginning, I was all Ozil. I was like, yo, Arsenal's treating him like shit and blah blah blah. The more information I gather, the more Ozil I'm going the opposite direction. Ozil is not bigger than Arsenal. Arsenal has been around since 1886. Ozil is not bigger than the club. I don't care what he's done for them, no matter what. If he is causing toxic environment, that's only reducing or removing the positive vibes or our ability to move forward, he needs to leave. That's the end of the day. And he has. It's great. He's happy. We're happy. Everyone's happy. So it's great.
All right, let's wrap it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's wrap it up because we're so overdue. It's like 10 minutes and we've been going on for like 20. All right.
Let's cut it up.
Let's cut it up. Thank you everyone for listening. It was a pleasure talking amongst us. It was a pleasure having you listen to us. Catch us here, same time next week, same platforms, whether you're listening to us on YouTube, whether you're listening on any digital streaming platform, whether it's Stitcher, whatever the hell Andre said at the start of the episode, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever. We hope you have an amazing day. Follow us on any social media platform. That's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, maybe a Facebook down the line, and MySpace. No, I'm joking about MySpace. Have an amazing, amazing day. Wish you all the best.